New this morning. With the new year comes some new goals, and for some, those goals concern money, whether that be budgeting, debts, or creating a savings. Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan joins us live in studio with some tips on how to go into the new year focusing on those goals. Hannah.
Yes, good morning. So nearly 64% of Americans considered a financial resolution for 2026, which is up from 2025's 56%. And that's according to Fidelity Investments, a financial service company. Along with that, there's a handful of tips that the company thinks might be able to help people with those goals. First, Fidelity Investments recommends to inventory your finances. Set aside some time to take a look at your monthly take-home, how much your monthly expenses are, think insurance and food, and then how much you spent on non-essentials. Secondly, try to get the full 401k match from your employer. If an employer matches 100% of your contributions, like $3,000 a year, you can contribute that $3,000 and turn your 401k into $6,000. And lastly, pay down debt with a high interest rate, like credit cards. And then focus on paying down debts that have an interest rate above 6%. Fidelity says that this is something that should be done before investing additional money besides employer match toward retirement. Now, these are just a few tips from Fidelity so you can feel confidence in those financial resolutions. And Sydney, for me, I should definitely take a look at my monthly budget and plan for the month. So what are some things that you're planning on doing?
I'm going to plan on trying not to really spend money on things I don't necessarily need. So probably like taking a second to really double think it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hannah.